Hi everybody, this is Patrick again from the 8tracktapestore.com, and what we're going to work on now is a tricky kind of a cart. These are Audiopak and Dynapak and Capital carts that have a very tiny little opening here with a pin in it, here, here, and here. And these tabs are quite easy to break. These are actually, I consider them one-tab cartridges. And they may or may not also have a screw in this opening here that comes through the label on the front. One rule of thumb here is if you see, this is an Audiopak card, if you see an opening here, there is always a screw in here. And if you don't see an opening here, like these two carts have, there may or may not be a screw. There usually is not, but sometimes there is. So I'll show you an example of that. Here is a screw right here, and if the label was still on this tape cartridge, you wouldn't be able to see it or know it. You just have to kind of in the back look in this opening, and if you see metal showing, well, heck, that's a screw. And in this case, if you basically see nothing, then there's no screw there. This tape has a screw. We already know that because there's an opening here, and there it is. So we're going to work on this tape cartridge. That's a nice example. It has a screw and the tab, and we may work on these others as well. We'll see if we have time. So let's see, what do we want to do is discuss our tools. So this guy is going to use my favorite tool, which is needle nose pliers, which will apply pressure coming outside on the cart to push these two sides outward. And we can use a precision tool to move the tab that's in here downward, and you can do that in two ways. The more straightforward way I imagine most people do is they put the screwdriver in here and they just apply pressure downward. So tab moves that way, head of the screwdriver moves up. We prefer in our shop to go through an opening here, and you're not going to see it on the video, but there's an opening there which also lets you do the same thing, and we just find it's a little less harsh on the tab to put kind of almost an ice pick kind of precision tool through the opening there and just gently push through it as we're opening the cart. But I'm going to show you the way most people do it, and hopefully we'll have success. These tabs are very easy to break. I've broken a few on my own, and almost guaranteed the first time you try to open a cart like this, you will break this tab, so don't be discouraged. By the way, in your collections, if you're just starting to work on your cartridges, always start with the tapes that you care the least about. I'm going to use, probably don't need to use my knees as a vise on this. I'll just prop it up on the table. And I'm going to apply outward pressure with this guy, my needle nose pliers. I'm going to insert my tool here above the tab and just kind of, let me find it, and just kind of push downward on it, and there it opened. So there we go, that's nice. And I'll show you the way we do it in the shop. We use, because I just find it is less likely to break tabs. We use kind of this ice pick tool, apply the outward pressure, and we come through this tab here. There's an opening, you'll see daylight, and we just kind of push through it like that. But anyway, that first tab is open. And now we have a screw to contend with, and there's not really a different way than to just break a hole in the outer label here, as far as I know anyway. So that's what we do. going to find the hole with my finger. I can make a little slice here to maybe make it a little less of a hole, like that. And this, by the way, uses a Phillips screwdriver. So let's see if I have one. Yeah, so here's our Phillips screwdriver. And we're going to go in just like that and turn it the normal way, counterclockwise. And, you know, at some point, that's free of the post that it's in. And then this should just open like that, okay? So that's pretty easy. What I want to do is pop the screwdriver out, because when we put it in, we don't want to put the lid back on. We don't want to do anything harsh inside the tape cartridge. This will need, you know, a new pad, and we'll need to check the splice as we always do, the track changing splice. So back on we go. This is how we're going to do it. Just line this up nicely, and it should just close kind of like a book. What's happening now is the screw here is in the way. So I'm going to push that out, and I'm going to close it again. And you want the screw to come kind of down and rest in that hole. And there we go. So what I can do now is pop this like that. This is now closed, and then we can, you can even see the screw because of the slit I made to make the opening less of a big problem. And now it's all put back together. So that's how that works. With this cart here, which does not have a screw, you're basically just going to open it the same way. This whole thing should pop open, and you may have to use your knife here to kind of free the corner edges here. We've shown how that works in a different video with the 5-tab carts, and it's the same process. So don't need to show that today. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to work on another tricky cartridge next, and thanks for watching. This is Patrick from the 8-Track Tape Store.